W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Not So Black and White by Kenan Malik, narrated by Todiwala. Introduction. Retelling the story of race. I cannot remember the first time I was beaten up because of my skin color. It was certainly before I reached my teens, but so normal was the experience of having to defend myself against racists that I have kept no mental tally. By the time I was a teenager, it was difficult to think of many days when I wasn't in a fight with racists. By the end of my teens, I was organizing street patrols to protect Asian families from racist attacks. The Britain in which I grew up in the 1970s was very different to the Britain of today. Racism was vicious and visceral and woven into the fabric of society in a way difficult to imagine now. Paki bashing was a national sport. Stabbings were common, firebombings almost routine events, and if you went to the police for aid, you were more likely to be arrested than the racists. It was that experience that drew me into political campaigns against street violence, police brutality, and racist deportations. But if it was racism that drew me to politics, it was politics that made me see beyond the narrow confines of racism. I came to learn that there was more to social justice than challenging the injustices done to me, and that a person's skin color, ethnicity, or culture provides no guide to the validity of his or her political beliefs. Through politics, I was introduced to the ideas of the Enlightenment and to the concepts of a common humanity and universal rights. Through politics, too, I discovered the writings of Karl Marx and John Stuart Mill, of Thomas Paine and Mary Wollstonecraft, of James Baldwin and Rosa Luxemburg, of C.L.R. James and Frantz Fanon, of Hannah Arendt and Sivanandan. Most of all, I discovered that I could often find more solidarity and commonality with those whose ethnicity or culture was different to mine, but who shared my values, than with many with whom I shared a common ethnicity or culture, but not the same political vision. My politics, in other words, was not shackled to my identity, but helped me to reach beyond it. It allowed me to see that my personal experiences and background were insufficient to help me formulate my values and ideals. It allowed me also to distinguish between identity.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?